I'm your best man. Before I start, I've got some messages to read out. First one, dear Polly and Jim, congratulations to you both. Sorry we couldn't be with you today on your special day, but thinking of you. We hope you have a wonderful day and wishing you a long and happy future together. Love from Mark, Kathy, Thomas, and James Dawson. And another message for you. Signal strength. Come on, phone. Christoph. Dearest Jim and his lovely Polly Bride. Polly Bride? Bride Polly. Tim and I are so sorry that we cannot make it to your special day. The baby's doing a very good job of feigning illness. We would, however, like to wish you both a lifetime of joy, happiness and patience. That bit's for Polly. Drink and be merry in our absence, but most importantly, enjoy your day and thereafter evermore. All our love and best wishes, Kirsty and Tim, XXXX. I'm really not sure how to follow that, so...
Joker.
It goes without saying. Before I start, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's helped James and Polly with their big day, from the ushers to the bridesmaids to the car makers and psychotherapists, without whom none of this would have been possible. I would actually, in all seriousness, like to make a special mention today, as it's 46 years, almost to the day. 42. Good spot. That James's parents, Philippa and Gordon, got married at this very place. It would be wonderful to think that James and Polly can follow in their footsteps and perhaps even see their own kids get married here at this wonderful house. My job is to give you an insight into the groom, James, and how he managed, against pretty much unsurmountable odds, to bag Polly as his wife. I was honoured when James asked me to be his best man. There are many in the room who have known James for longer than me, and perhaps it's this fact that convinced James that I was the right man for the job. James's early years at school identified a passion within him that is still prevalent today. This was the desire to be on stage. At age 10, James landed the role of Esmeralda. This being a female role required James to adorn a costume with fetching makeup. The Richmond Exaggerator described it, and I quote, the most accurate depiction of Esmeralda on the stage in years. Not content with taking the applause on stage, James could be seen after the show at the local eatery in full costume. At school, he was not the alpha male, preferring to seek out adventure away from the main group and convince other boys to join him in various capers. Guys, does it sound familiar? He was, for example, renowned for putting slugs down teachers' necks. Bit weird. James was built on a generous scale from an early age, and this managed to discourage other boys taking the mickey out of his thick ginger hair. He would be at his best hosting parties or riding his tricycle directly into lakes with gay abandon. His creativity and general sense of fun meant that adults liked hanging out with him as much as his childhood contemporaries. His non-conformist nature was highlighted by his choice of haircuts. It was a subject that was so sensitive with his immediate family, so much so that a conversation about his latest style, being either a mullet or a bowl cut, was banned from the dinner table. James's young adult life started when he moved out from home. His one-bedroom flat had all the mod cons that you could ask for. The main benefit was the fact that the property was located directly above the family home. James was keen on computer games and soon broke into the industry, ultimately ending up as a producer. Games he worked on included Not Actually Left Home 3, Mum, have you ironed my shirt too? And Stay Up All Night, a personal favourite. This is a thrilling role-playing game that involved 24-hour partying. James soon realised his calling and started a removals business. After creating Ether Movers, he quickly established a strong reputation amongst his customers. He remained in his one-bedroom flat and would even furnish the property with pieces that clients would discard. A delightful chaise longue is still with him now, harping back to his days, treading the boards as Esmeralda. Now, as a fully fledged adult, there are many memories that we all have of James. After much thought, I thought I would highlight a story to you that really sums James up. It is a story that is personal to me, as it happened on my stag. We were booked to gallivant around Central Europe. James, from an early stage, was on top form, providing a soundtrack to the various activities we had planned. If he wasn't pointing out where Anne Frank lived, he was delighting the group with tales of how the war was won. On the third and final evening, he finally ran out of things to say, which for James, as you know, is rare. Over dinner, he was on his last legs, but from somewhere managed to create an alter ego that got him over the line. This will go down in the annals of history as the turnaround of all turnarounds. Staring at his supper with nothing to say, suddenly the legendary sock was born. You've never seen artistry with a puppet sock before like this. He made us laugh, cry and cringe, just as he'd done for the previous 3 days. The sock has never made an appearance since, but its legendary status immediately stuck, and the story is now told on many an occasion. For me personally, it was a great example of how James refused to give up, and with some wind assistance from Mr. Sock, confirmed his man of the match performance. And his legacy is the ultimate alter ego. He's not here tonight, unfortunately, but he might come out later if you ask nicely.
So basically, you got the sock and the claw.
The sock and the claw. Thanks for playing. You win the top prize. James embodies a sense of Englishness. With quite literally a big heart, he never fails to see the funny side of situations or help friends out of sticky situations. I recently asked host family and some friends to identify James's qualities. Here is just some of the things that were said. Confused, but happy. Loyal. Hard-working. Drunken and funny. Lovingly stubborn. Omnipresent yet strangely anonymous. Thoughtfully witty. Charismatically charming. Annoyingly knowledgeable. Never punctual. Impatient, easily bored, single-minded. Trailblazingly hilarious. And an impractical car owner. After many years in his one-bedroom flat in Richmond, James moved into a new place in Clapham. He quickly decided to adopt, and Duncan came into his life. Along with Mo, James established a loving home, and one which Polly now has completed beautifully. For those of you who don't know, Mo is a bit of a fox. He's actually Jim's dog. It's a wonderful thing how love finds its path, and how after many years of being in the same circle of friends and living close to each other, James and Polly finally met each other and fell in love. To Polly, who I'm sure you'll agree looks beautiful today, I'm sure you're both prepared for the inevitable highs and lows of marriage. You appear to have the measure of James, and I'm sure you'll have many happy years together. Both of you appear to have found the missing piece that you were each looking for. Today's wedding is a love match, pure and simple, people. Polly is evidently pure, and James, well... I'd finally like to leave you with a quote from Groucho Marx. Marriage is a wonderful institution, but who wants to live in an institution? So without further ado, let me ask you, those of you who can still stand, join me in a toast. To James and Polly. See you all on the dance floor.